Everybody. Today we're going to do our third week of question and answers. So we got a few questions in this week, so we'll go ahead and cover those. I don't think today's meeting will be too long, but we'll cover some pretty important topics around kind of plateaus, common problems or mistakes that we see happening, and kind of how we can avoid those moving forward, and make sure we're making good progress. So I did a post this morning on the website and on the Facebook page on the big Mo, on momentum. And I think momentum is so crucial to success on this diet. And I think it's really important to look at this as what it is. This protocol is not a sustained lifestyle. It is a tool to lose a lot of body fat in a relatively short amount of time, right? It took us years and years and years to get on, put on a lot of this weight. And we're going to take 9 weeks, 6 weeks active weight loss, 3 weeks of maintenance. And we're going to lose, 25, 30, 45 pounds in those 6 weeks. And then we're going to learn how to maintain that and then turn into a more of a sustained lifestyle moving forward. So the first thing is to really look at the diet for what it is and what it's not. Again, it's not a sustained lifestyle. It is a tool, and the objective is to lose a lot of weight in a short amount of time. And so in the video I posted earlier, we talk about how to, tap into those fat stores and really, we really want to drive that weight down really quick over the 6 week and then the 9 week period overall. And so this is done by, following the protocol, doing your daily lists, and, as you find hiccups or bumps in the road, those are the times you want to reach out to me and say, hey, I'm struggling, I need some help. And then we can look at everyone on an individual basis and kind of see what's going on, what we can do to make tweaks or changes with something you might be doing that's causing you to stall or plateau, or if you just need to be patient and continue to move forward. So today we're just going to cover some of those topics on, the plateau breakers, some of the tools in the toolbox, and how they work and when to implement them. Okay, and the two big ones are, I get this a lot, what's an apple day and what is a steak day and what is the difference, right? Okay, so an apple day is our main plateau breaker. So in phase 2 of the diet. Steak day is it's a correction day in phase 3. Okay, so apple day, phase 2, steak day, it's a phase 3 tool. Okay, so that's one of the big differences between the two. You do not do a steak day in phase 2, and you do not do an apple day in phase 3. Okay, there's a reason for each one, and the kind of the components of the protocol helps in a certain particular phase of the diet. So again, phase 2, the low calorie phase, when we're really losing weight, when we get to a stall, so if we wake up and we're at the same weight 3 days in a row, right? So if I'm dieting and I come down and I'm at 202 on Monday and I'm at 202 on Tuesday, I should probably reach out and let Ryan know that I'm at a 2-day stall. And so my suggestion is going to be, if you wake up Wednesday and you're at 202, we're going to implement a apple day. Now, if you wake up Wednesday and you're at 201 or 200, we're just going to continue on just like normal. But if on the third day you wake up and you're at that same weight, that is when we're going to implement an apple day. And so an apple day is basically you don't eat anything except 6 apples. And so we don't do the normal protocol. Well, all we do is during the day we eat 6 apples and a lot of water, okay? And again, what we're trying to do is just tell the body that, you know, we're okay, we're well hydrated, and we just need to keep moving forward with our weight loss. And so typically what happens on those days is you'll wake up on Thursday and you'll be down 3 pounds, something like that. It'll kind of just, again, what your body does when you're losing the weight. So you have your fat cells, and your body is pretty efficient. So what it does is it will empty out the fat cell, and instead of just getting rid of the fat cell right away, it will fill the fat cell up with water. And just wait and see if, you know, we need to hold this space for fat that might be coming in the next couple days, or if we need to get rid of it. And so those days you're stalling, it's not like you're not losing weight, right? But your body may be holding on to a little bit extra water in those fat cells, just holding the space. And once it realizes that, no, we're okay, we're going to keep losing weight, and it releases the water, destroys the fat cell, and we move forward. And that's what we're doing during those apple days, is we're just helping the body recognize that, you know, you don't need to hold on to that water anymore. We got plenty. We're not storing fat, we're burning fat, we're still burning fat. And then you have kind of this whoosh is what it's called. It's kind of where your body will release a lot of the water and get rid of that extra bloat, the weight, and then you're back on schedule. So that is the apple day, okay? And that is, again, face tool. That's our tool in our toolbox for a plateau, you know, as long as we're not cheating. And this is really crucial, because if you're stalling because you're going off protocol, doing an apple day will not help and could possibly hurt your progress. So it's really important that you be honest, and as we work together to make sure that, you know, this is a legitimate stall and we need to do an apple day. Because again, if it's you're cheating and we're going to throw more carbohydrates on top of cheating, then your chances of putting on weight instead of losing weight is going to increase. So an apple day, awesome tool under the right circumstances at the right time. So again, any of those things, you know, make sure you're communicating those with me, and we'll utilize those to get through those plateaus. So a steak day, what is a steak day? Steak day is a correction day for phase 3, maintenance, okay? So this is, we've done the weight loss portion, we're just maintaining our new weight. And the idea of the maintenance phase is that we just maintain our new weight for 3 weeks to kind of help our body realize that we're happy where we're at with our new weight, and to really help us so we don't put the weight back on. That's the whole purpose of phase 3 in the maintenance phase, is kind of teaching our body that we're happy at a new weight set point. Because if we don't do that, our body's going to want to put the weight right back on. And so a steak day is a correction day. So we always take our last HCG day, or our last day of our 6-week diet, and that's our new weight to maintain for 3 weeks. But if you go along and you find yourself 3 pounds up from that weight, so if I end my diet and I'm at 200 pounds, and I'm in my maintenance phase trying to maintain 200 pounds for 3 weeks, following the diet, following the new food list, following the instructions that you'll get when you get to that point, if I wake up and I find myself at 203 pounds, then I need to do a steak day, a correction day. And this is, you basically just have water and liquids. You do like a liquid fast throughout the day. So just the approved liquids, coffee, tea, mineral water, water with the approved sweeteners. And then for dinner, you eat a very big steak, a big fatty steak, like a big ribeye, T-bone, New York steak, with the fat, and you have an apple with it, or you have a raw tomato with it. And that is all you eat for that day. So that's a steak day. You don't eat anything but approved liquids, and then at night, a big fatty steak and a tomato, or a big fatty steak and an apple. And the next day when you get up, your weight will be back down at that 200 mark. So you'll drop those 3 extra pounds, be back maintaining your weight. And that's just the tool. So we just maintain, we find ourselves up, we do a correction day, we maintain. And it works great. So again, you're just kind of introducing a big bolus of protein and fat into your day after fasting, you know, and that has a great tendency to, again, eliminate a lot of the water bloat, because it's not like you're really putting on 3 pounds of fat that fast. So a lot of the times it's just your body holding on to water and bloat. But if you don't correct it and you continue that way, that will turn into body fat. So it's important to make sure when you find yourself up to correct it and correct your course and do your steak day. So I hope this helps with those 2 tools. So again, they're tools in the toolbox. Apple Day is phase 2, a phase 2 tool. Steak Day is a phase 3 tool. Okay, that's the big difference. Is Apple Day, Steak Day, phase 2, phase 3. Okay, and they work great. So again, some of the common mistakes that you see as we go through the diet are, again, the losing momentum, that where you'll cheat and then, you know, you do this thing with your weight loss instead of just really driving the weight down. And so that's the difference between someone going in 100% and someone going in 90%. It's the magic's in that last 10%, because metabolically, when you cheat, you're swapping, you're getting out of that fat burning mode, and you're going back into burning carbohydrates or burning glucose. And so it takes a while to get back in that fat burn mode every time you do that. And so your progress just does this. And part of the problem is some people will cheat the first week and get away with it because their body's still losing so much weight, so much bloat, so much inflammation, that, oh, I cheated a little bit and I still lost a pound or still lost 2 pounds. And so it plants that seed that, oh, I can get away with a little cheat here and there. And pretty soon it catches up to you. Like it always catches up to those people who do that. And so, again, my advice to you, my encouragement is don't cheat. Stay on the protocol, recognize it's for a short period of time. There'll be time to add back in those foods you love. There'll be times to enjoy those things with your family or family gatherings and stuff like that. You just have to look at this as like, okay, it's just a short period of time. I don't want to cause myself a stall. I don't want to cause myself to not maximize the weight loss. I want to focus on just driving that weight down. So another common problem is not getting enough water, not hydrating enough. Again, water's helping you flush that fat out. Water's helping you stay hydrated, stay healthy, and you want to make sure you're getting plenty of water. So again, follow the guidelines on the water. You know, women, you ought to be getting at least 1 gallon of water a day. Men, 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons a day. You know, it seems like a lot of water, but when you're eating so low carbohydrate, your body is going through water pretty quick. When we eat 1 gram of carbohydrate, your body stores 3 grams of water. So that's a ton, right? For every 1 gram of carbohydrate, your body stores 3 grams of water. So when we stop eating carbohydrates or cut those back, our water retention really goes down. And so it's important to continue to keep that up. You might be going to the bathroom a lot, but just mentally think about like you're getting rid of waste, waste in the water, and when you're burning body fat, you're breathing that out. Sometimes you might get a little ketone breath, where your breath might not smell the best, but that's you burning body fat. So too much red meat, that's can be an issue. So again, the recommendation there is to make sure and rotate your proteins. Make sure you're getting in some chicken and some fish and some eggs and cottage cheese, utilize the different proteins and kind of keep your metabolism guessing on that. Red meat, too much red meat all the time on the diet can cause some people to have plateaus. Now that's not everybody. Some people do really, really well with the red meat. You just got to watch if that's something that you've done a lot and you find yourself stalling, you might want to mix it up a little bit. Again, blood types can be do a little different with the proteins. Some type A's tend to do better with chicken and fish. Type O's tend to do better with red meat. Types B and AB can do a little bit of both. But you just kind of gotta watch that. So, not checking for hidden sugars in gums and spices, in drinks. You really got to be cautious to look for hidden sugars. So anything that ends in ose, like dextrose, maltodextrin, sucralose, anything with that ose, it's a good sign that it's a sugar. And so really be cautious of that. So as you're adding spices, look for any hidden sugars that might be in there. Long list of ingredients. Anything with that you should not be eating on the protocol. So really watch for hidden sugars. And that includes lotions, creams, mascara, hidden ingredients. If you have a question, if something's okay, shoot me a picture of it, a text, or an email with a picture of your product that you use or that you like, or lip balm or anything that I can look at the ingredients and tell you thumbs up or thumbs down. So that's a big one. Alcohol is another big plateau causer, right? Alcohol is not friendly for losing weight. Those of you who might drink socially, I'm okay with that. And just got to recognize that there is a biological cost to consuming alcohol. And during the protocol, you just can't do it because it's just going to interfere with your weight loss. Alcohol tends to be really bad hormonally, especially for men. Turns men's hormones into women's hormones. And so really recommend, not consuming alcohol, especially on the protocol. And again, the weight loss is going to slow down or stop if you're consuming alcohol. So stay away from it during the protocol. Again, if that's something you do after the diet, post-diet, I think there's ways to manage alcohol consumption a little bit better and to kind of prepare for it. If you know you're going to go out and enjoy a night with friends, enjoy a night with family, and that's what you do, you just kind of prep for it and you recognize that you're going to need to tweak a few things to make sure that you can accommodate that into your new lifestyle and protocol and stuff moving forward. So it's not that you need to avoid that, because if that's something you enjoy doing, find value in and with your friends and family, then that's certainly something you want to do. So diet soda can be really a problem too because of the artificial sweeteners in there. And part of the issue there is that your body, when you get some of those artificial sweeteners, it sends signals that you've introduced something with a lot of calories. And then when those calories aren't there, it can cause issues with your metabolism. It can cause issues with cravings. It can cause issues with, again, weight gain, toxins, those kind of things. So again, diet sodas, while they might be no calorie, can have additives that can be problematic. So some aren't as bad as others. The LaCroix is sweetened with stevia, so I mean those tend to be pretty good. Not the best tasting, but they tend to be better, more diet friendly. Eating out is another big one while you're on the protocol. Now, that doesn't mean you can't eat out. You just need to be cautious of what you eat and what gets added to it. So you may have to talk to the waitress, waiter, chef to make sure it's prepared without any thing that's going to cause you issues. You can eat out while you're on the protocol, but again, look for anything that might be hidden or suspect to the protocol. And then not measuring your foods, not weighing your proteins, not weighing out your vegetables, not getting proper measurements on that stuff. You could be eating over consuming calories, or you could be under consuming calories, both of which are going to cause issues on the protocol. So make sure to measure out your foods, and I don't expect you to do that all the time. Once you get pretty familiar with what 100 grams of something looks like, you should be pretty good at measuring that. But if there's any question, measure, because that'll be huge down the longevity of the diet and moving forward. And again, I'm a big believer in prepping the day before for the next day. Like, if you want to be successful on this protocol and the diet, it's always best to know ahead of time like what you're going to eat tomorrow and prepare that today. And that way you're prepared. You're going to hit your numbers. You're going to hit your the protocol. And you have no excuse for not being successful tomorrow. Problem you run into is when you don't plan well, and then you find yourself in a situation where there's no food available, or the wrong foods are available, or you just, I got to go stop and buy something at the store really quick, or here, and you're not as prepared as you should be. So again, take time, do a little meal prep. It goes a long way with being successful. So hope these answered your questions. Any more, send them to me. We'll get them answered, get them on here, and get them uploaded for you. So thanks, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.